Real Sociedad 0, Manchester United 1. I'm joined by Stephen Howson. A frustrating win. It's a hard one to know how to feel about that. We've won away in Spain in Europe, which is difficult to do, but it's not the result we wanted, is it?
Yeah, it's about 9 months since we conceded a goal from open play as well, it seems. So that's another positive. But yeah, you're right. It's you don't know what emotion to have, because we could have lost 15-0 tonight and we'd have ended up with the same next stage. So it almost feels like wasted effort, but I think there was progress there. I think a lot of people are going to talk about the shape in the second half because it didn't work. But I don't necessarily have an issue with it. I like that we've got a manager that goes, I'm going to try something, rather than just goes, yeah, I don't know.
Also, on the shape thing, and like you said, it didn't work. As a football manager, you take chances, you make changes, you do interesting things, you try stuff. You don't just win every single time you do something right. Like, there are times when you do something wrong and you still win despite your effort. There are times when you do something good and you still lose despite your effort. So just because we didn't get another goal doesn't necessarily mean everything Ten Hag did was therefore awful, does it?
No, but I do think we lost a little bit of the control that we had. I think when Lindelof went a bit. This is prior to that shape as well. To be fair, I think when Lindelof went off and Casemiro moved further back, I think we lost a little bit of the control of the centre of the park. I thought Marcus playing in the 10, or Scholes mentioned this, Marcus playing in the 10 sort of takes away his best attribute. I think he has got good ball playing and playmaking skills, probably more underrated than people give him credit for that. But his best attribute by an absolute mile is his pace running in behind. And you play him on the second line of attack and he doesn't have that anymore. He doesn't get to use that no more. So I think there was wrong decisions from Ten Hag, but and I think it's fine to talk about those, because this isn't sitting here foaming at the mouth saying, fucking get rid of him. It's just saying, look, I think he got a couple of things wrong. And I think some of the things he got wrong, the reason he got them wrong, he's probably like a bloody options. Like, he's looking at his bench, he's not seeing, the Harlem Globetrotters sitting there. He's sitting like a load of square pegs and he's thinking, I've only got round holes here. I don't know what I'm going to do. No, the reason he threw Maguire up front isn't because he was trying to channel his inner Tony Pulis. It was because I think he's like, I haven't got any fucking forwards. What am I going to do?
Yeah, he hasn't got any way to get the ball up there either.
Maguire can cause havoc in a box, as we well know. So maybe he's thinking, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about lack of options up front, Ronaldo played the full 90 minutes. Obviously, excellent pass to Garnacho, but just to me, another underwhelming performance from Ronaldo. What did you make of his night?
It's getting sad.
Yeah.
There's like the pass to Garnacho was good, and there was a couple of other moments in the game that were pretty good, but by and large, you're watching the last days of Rome here, I think. You are. Why has no one cleaned that Colosseum up for a bit? Like, it feels like it's not just Premier League football that might be too much for him at this stage. There's clearly Spanish football is too much for him at this stage as well. Time's a bitch. It catches up with every single one of us. It's going to get us all eventually, including the superhuman. And I'm sure there's a team out there that doesn't require as much grit as United. There's a team that's out there that's probably going to dominate the ball and create 95 chances a game. We ain't that team at the moment, and we can't have a luxury player in there. If he was creating chance after chance after chance after chance, I think his finishing's to a level where he'd probably still bang you 20 goals a season. There's not a prayer he's getting 20 goals a season for United this year. And even though people go, well, he did last year. Okay, well, that was last year. And this is this year. And I don't think he's going to do that this year.
No. And it's got to the point where he can't make chances for himself anymore. He can't create things for himself, can he? One thing with Rashford is, yes, he misses chances, but when he's on the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box, he could knock it either way. He could fizz one across with his left foot. He could put it in the top corner with his right foot. He could do something. Whereas with Ronaldo, you don't feel like put him in a good position, he's going to be able to turn that into a chance, let alone a goal at the minute, really, do you?
No, not anymore, I don't. Look, I'm pretty sure come the end of this month, he'll have played his last game for United, probably. Maybe he's still there for one over the Christmas period, maybe. But But I think you're counting down on one hand how many games he's got left now as a Manchester United player. I think he will do everything in his power to free himself from the club come January. And I think if Ten Hag is told he will be able to replace him, I don't think he stops him. I don't think he stopped him going in the summer. I think the board did. I don't think looking at Ten Hag's actions with him, I don't think he cared. It's just a shame. We had Anthony Martial tickle our spuds over pre-season, looked so good, having link-up play that was absolutely fantastic, and then just fuck off injured. And I know he doesn't want to be injured, but the fact of the matter is, he's injured. Yeah. He can't be relied upon. If we'd have had a fit Anthony Martial for the last 4 months, man, I think we'd have been doing bits.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
There's loads of draws and losses that wouldn't be that anymore. And it might have got the extra goal over the line today. United need to prioritise a striker. And I hope the board have seen the good work that Ten Hag's doing and say, let's just see what would happen if we actually fucking did give him what he's... I know he was backed heavy in the summer, but surely you can see the progress of doing that.
We can see that's turning into something. We've got to give Garnacho a bit of praise, bit of credit for that goal. Great couple of touches, great finish. Exciting to see a new prospect coming into the team, looking dangerous, and now he's dangerous through the day on his full debut tonight, converting that into a goal. Even if it was just flashes at times, he still had some excellent moments, Garnacho, didn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. He's fearless, he's direct. There's a level of talent there as well. It isn't just that he's fearless and direct. Alanga's fearless and direct, but I don't know what Alanga's ceiling is. I think Garnacho's is a hell of a lot higher. I think there's a real talent in the kid. I hope he signs his contract, and I hope that's maybe why he's getting a couple of games at the moment, is to make him see that he has got a future here and he is trusted here. And I hope he's not just getting played to sign his contract. I hope he gets his contract and keeps himself in the team. He's playing at a higher level than Jadon Sancho is at the moment. Has Anthony just been given a break this week? What's going on? Do we know?
Apparently, it's still that knock or the problem with his leg, as Ten Hag described it when he was asked what part of his body it was. He said leg and then laughed.
Sounds like a lie.
It sounds like a lie, doesn't it? So yeah, who knows?
So, maybe he's just giving him a week off. I hope he does, because I hope he does manage his squad like that, because there's going to be chaos with the World Cup and everything, I think, this year. So having another option up front, like Garnacho, who we now know that he can trust, I want to see others given an opportunity. Now, the requirement for it in midfield with Casemiro and Eriksen putting in the level of performance that they are isn't as desperate as it is up front. But let's see what Charlie McNeil can do for 5 minutes. Let's see what Zidane Iqbal can do for 5 minutes. Let's give someone else a chance, because, it saves you 50, 60 million pounds if you've got one already.
Yeah.
Who's to say Garnacho can't? All right. Chances are he's probably not going to be Messi. But if he's an international level footballer, there's still 50, 60 million pounds. And even if he doesn't quite own that left wing spot for United for the next 10 years, but, maybe he plays 300-400 games, you've still saved all that money that you would have laid out. There's still a player you can trust more or less. And, maybe he doesn't end up being world class, but you've still got a player in there that you've got a level of trust with, and you need those people in the squad. And I think there's a little bit of something about him, me. Now, I think when you've got countrymen in the side like Martinez, and he obviously speaks the same language as probably half of them. I don't know what his English is like, but I like watching him. I think he's got a great sort of energy about him, and he definitely knows where the net is.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good quality for anyone to have. Just finally then, obviously disappointment, we've got to go do this knockout round now, but is there part of you that's a little bit excited that we might see United versus Ajax, United versus Barcelona, United versus Juventus? Like, these are big games.
No,
okay.
I'm a bit pissed off that we're in this round of fucking 145 or whatever it is that we're in, before we get to the next round of 100 and fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It's just the Europa League just seems never bastard ending, does it? We're still going to look at the places we could be getting. Germany, Spain. I think there's an Italian team in there. I think Juve are in there.
Portuguese.
All right, Shakhtar are in there. But this isn't like the Liechtensteins and everything that you think of when you think of Europa League. This isn't like your Slovakias and all them kind of gaffs. This is where you go in the Champions League. But for some reason, it feels further. It feels more of a nose. It feels like there's still mental places that you're going to. And even though we had a little bit of that, I guess, in the group, but no, I don't really like Europa League in all honesty.
Yeah. It would have been nice to play less games either way, wouldn't it? Right, thank you very much for joining us. Go and check out Steve on his channel, of course, as well. Make sure you subscribe to Stretford Paddock. Manchester United winning on the day, but like Steve said, don't really even know how to feel about it. Didn't feel like a win, that's for sure. We'll see in a bit.